History is not a gentle stream. It's a river marked by violent, world-altering moments. Today, June 22, 2025, is one of those moments. The United States has launched devastating airstrikes against Iran's nuclear facilities, shattering the fragile peace of the Middle East. Images of smoke and fire now fill screens worldwide as the world holds its breath. Years of failed diplomacy and rising tensions have finally erupted into open conflict. The Rubicon has been crossed. The architecture of international diplomacy lies in ruins. The immediate questions: will Iran retaliate? Will this spark a wider war, or could it force a new kind of negotiation? Every move is now scrutinized with life-or-death intensity. The world has changed in hours, and the path forward is shrouded in fear. We stand on the edge of an unknown future. The first reports came before dawn, explosions near Isfahan and deep in the mountains by Qom. As the sun rose, the White House confirmed the US had struck Iran's nuclear crown jewels, Fordow, Natanz, and Isfahan. The goal: cripple Iran's ability to produce weapons-grade nuclear material. For Iranians, the day began with sirens and distant explosions. State media condemned the attack as barbaric terrorism. Tehran vowed revenge, but also claimed the sites had been evacuated, trying to project control. The strikes were a profound national humiliation, igniting anger across Iran. President Trump addressed the world, calling the operation a spectacular success and insisting it was to prevent, not start, a war. He emphasized American technological supremacy, but his words did little to calm global fears. The strike was over, but the crisis had just begun. The world braced for Iran's response. The decision to strike was the result of years of failed diplomacy and months of escalating fear. Intelligence showed Iran enriching uranium dangerously close to weapons grade, crossing every red line. Talks in Geneva collapsed. Iran demanded full sanctions relief, which the US refused. With diplomacy dead, Washington saw a closing window, believing Iran was on the verge of a nuclear breakout. The philosophy: better to strike now than face a nuclear-armed Iran later. The region was already aflame, with Israel and Iran trading blows. The US chose to act, aiming to neutralize the nuclear threat before it became uncontrollable. It was a monumental gamble, but inaction seemed even riskier. The operation showcased America's most advanced military technology. B-2 Spirit stealth bombers flew from Missouri undetected to deliver massive ordnance penetrators against Fordow. These bunker busters were used for the first time in combat, targeting Iran's underground centrifuge halls. Simultaneously, US Navy warships launched Tomahawk cruise missiles at Natanz and Isfahan, crippling research and support facilities. The attack was coordinated to overwhelm Iranian defenses and minimize risk to US forces. The IAEA later confirmed heavy damage at Isfahan, with no radioactive leaks. Fordow's operational capacity was likely eliminated for years. The military mission succeeded. The political fallout was just beginning. The strikes instantly fractured the world. Iran's leaders vowed severe revenge, declaring all US bases in the region legitimate targets. Crowds in Tehran burned American flags, demanding retaliation. Israel, given advance notice, hailed the attack as a historic turning point and a vindication of its warnings. Russia and China condemned the strikes as illegal and dangerous, calling for restraint. The UN convened an emergency session, warning of a direct threat to global peace. Europe was uneasy. France called for de-escalation, fearing regional chaos. In the US, the decision was polarizing. Republicans supported the president, Democrats decried the lack of congressional approval. Public opinion was wary, with many Americans opposing the strikes. The president acted decisively, but without national consensus, deepening divisions at home and abroad. The world stands at a crossroads, peering into an abyss of uncertainty. Iran's retaliation is expected. Missile strikes or proxy attacks could ignite a multi-front war. The Middle East is a tinderbox, and the US strike has thrown in a lit match. The Trump administration insists the strikes were a one-off, but promises overwhelming retaliation if Iran responds. US troops are on high alert. The risk of escalation is immense. Diplomacy seems unlikely, but frantic back-channel efforts continue as Europe and regional players seek an off-ramp. The hope both sides realize a full-scale war serves no one, opening the door to urgent negotiations. For now, the world can only watch and wait. The consequences of June 22, 2025 are just beginning to unfold.